Anotnica Gunter Gayle, Director of the Early Stimulation Programme in the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. Now, the Early Stimulation Programme is an early intervention program for young children with varying types of developmental disabilities. And the aim is to assist these children to reach their highest potential and to be able to be mainstream into the regular school system or to receive continued special education if the needs be at the end of their intervention. The Early Stimulation Program has been around for over 40 years. As a matter of fact, this year the Early Stimulation Program celebrates its 47th year of existence. I have been with the program for the past 34 years, and for me, it is wonderful. It's like a hobby. I wouldn't even call it work because I enjoy what I do. Just working with the children and just watching their progress, seeing them moving from one area to another area. Early Stimulation Program sees children from birth to 6 years. We often say to parents or to guardians, as soon as you suspect that something might be wrong, as soon as you can identify any little thing that the child is not developing or progressing at the age and stage as he or she should, please make contact with our Early Stimulation Program or even the regular health center where the referral can be made. The sooner the better. And so Early Stimulation Program sees children from birth to 6 years. And these are children who are at risk and who are suspected to have some type or kind of disabling conditions. We work with the children up until the age, that they are at 6, as we said earlier, but until we see that they are able to transition into the school system, whether it be special ed or the regular school system. So a child will exit the Early Stimulation Program by the age of 6, and if we see that this child has potential but is 6 and would need more intervention, just a little more, we sometimes work with the child up until the age of 8. The Early Stimulation Program manages various types of developmental disabilities. Some of these disabilities would include children with autism, children with attention deficit hyperactive disorder, children with cerebral palsy, children with Down syndrome, children with cognitive impairment, children with learning disabilities, and those with multiple disabilities, and as I mentioned, is to assist these children with these disabilities to become as able, because they have so much ability, and we want them to become as able as possible and to be able to help themselves and to be a part of society. We talk about inclusion, and so we want our children with disability, we want to set that foundation where they can be a part of society and to be included among us. And so the program offers services such as screening, developmental screening, assessment, re-evaluation, reviews, physiotherapy, speech therapy, and community-based rehabilitation. We carry out work both in the clinic setting as well as in the community-based setting. In the clinic, we do the physiotherapy, the assessment, counseling, we do re-evaluation and reviews, while in the community we carry out intervention where we have our child development officers visiting these children in the school setting, in the preschool, the nurseries, the basic school, and some in their own home environment. You know, children learn best in that setting, and so the rehabilitation will be carried out in the home environment of the child, where we encourage the parents, the caregivers, siblings to be a part of this intervention. So we get everybody to be a part, working with the child to assist this child to reach his or her maximum potential. We also parent through support groups, through workshops, and I must tell you that the workshops is where our parents are able to share, to let their hair down, to talk about what they have been going through, you know, to share their experiences with other parents. In this workshop, we allow parents to vent, and it's never easy when you are told by a doctor or a medical person that your child will never ever be able to, or that your child is suspected to have some types of disabling condition. It's never generally easy. We see so many parents who are so distraught and are broken because of the news. And so we use the workshop so that these parents understand that regardless of your child's disabling condition, your child has potential, right? And so our focus is not so much on the disability, but on the ability. We see the child before we see what is wrong with the child, you know? We see the child before we see the disability, because that is what is important. And so through the workshops, through the therapy sessions, we allow parents of children with disability to see themselves as persons of worth, you know, not different from anyone else. See themselves. We reach them, we assist them to reach a stage where they are empowered to continue to live, to continue to be that mother, to be that father, and to be that caregiver. And so it's very, very important that we carry out these workshops with our parents, our caregivers of children with special needs. In our community-based program, we do a lot. We do workshops, sensitization. We help the community to understand that disability is not contagious. We help them to understand that persons or children with disability is a part. It's a part of our home, it's a part of our community, it's a part of Jamaica, and we are to understand that what persons with disability, what they are asking for is not sympathy, rather empathy, to understand that we are people too and we want to be included. So we do a lot of community work with the community. Then we work with the homes to help them to understand that this child is a part of your home environment. This child belongs. So this child must feel a sense of belonging, must not feel like I am different because I have a disability, but must be encouraged to feel that sense of worth and that sense of belonging. We don't want later on for the child to suffer from low self-esteem or poor self-esteem because I was told that I am a dummy or I am an idiot, or because, you know, I was told that I am one because a part of my body might be paralyzed or slow, so I am called one because I am not able to walk as fast as the others. And so we do a lot of work in the community to help persons to understand that persons with disabilities are persons first before you see the disabling condition. Our child development officers carry out special intervention within the homes of young children with disability in various communities across the island. We see children over in the St. Catherine communities, that would be Portmore, Waterford, Elshire, and other communities there, out in St. Mary, out in Portland, out in St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrew. So we carry out intervention in a number of communities across the island. We help the parents and the caregiver to assist the children. We impress upon the parents that the parent is the main teacher of the child at this stage. And so we show them, we demonstrate to them through our officers skills to help the child, cognitive skills, self-help skills, social and emotional skills, to really encourage the child's development. So that is what the community-based intervention is all about, to get this child up and about and to be a part of our community and later on a part of our society, as we are Jamaican and we want it to be a place that all of us can live and feel good. Here at the head office, we do a number of things, which include our first interviews with our parents, you know, interfacing with us at the first time. We help them to feel comfortable and help them because, you know, sometimes they really do come really feeling out and down, and so we start by allowing them to feel, you know, a part of somewhere. We also carry out the various activities, as I mentioned earlier, the physiotherapy, the counseling, the various workshops, assessment and screening at the head office. At our child development centers, school called Stimulation Plus, we also carry out special early childhood education with our young children. And so for every child, we have a tailored program. While we do group activities, they are tailored exercise for every child with a special needs. And so a file or a tract is kept for every child where we work with them to assist them with their development and their education. So I would say to parents and guardians, please do not sit at home worrying or moping. You know, if you suspect your child has any form of delay or suspected, you know, disability, seek help. Seek intervention. It is said the sooner the better. You know, go to your nearest health center for a referral or come to the Early Stimulation Programme. We are located at 95 Hanover Street in Kingston or 1A Austin Close in Kingston, Guinnep Way in St. James, also Lower Leighton District in Orange Bay, Portland. Just right across to the police station in Orange Bay, Portland. So seek help. Don't sit at home and worry. The sooner the better.